Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking about Shooting Quazar Dragon in this video. I meant to put this video out about 10 days ago once we had learned about Soul Charge and how powerful and potent that card was going to be. And back to Quasar. The card is currently running a mind-blowing price tag of upwards of $80. Now, I just put out the top 10 cards that need to be reprinted, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Hierarchy, less than 2 weeks ago. And predictably, I of course had Quasar on the list. But at the time that I made that video, it was a $50 card. It has almost doubled based purely off potential, and I'm having a very hard time remembering the last time that happened to a card, especially in the span of one format. I mean, we all know that Quasar's playability has pretty much gone from there's no fucking way to summon it with Rekindling being at 1 to a week later, okay, summon Lone Fire, activate Soul Charge, boom, instant Quasar. In addition, you also have, this trap called Shadow Impulse that I guess it gives you a backup plan in the extreme rare event that Quasar actually dies, which I have still yet to see happen at a competitive duel, as you will simply replace your Quasar with a red Nova Dragon, which, I mean, the card is almost as good as Quasar in itself, and then since Quasar is so OP by himself, he'll also give you a free Shooting Star Dragon just for all your troubles, so, I mean, have fun trying to kill that board. We have, in essence, this card that is incredibly powerful, that forever nobody could consistently summon, and overnight you basically have gotten an easy button to summon it, and then you have a contingency plan when it dies. So it's like the card has gone from playable, maybe a level of like a 4 to, I don't know, maybe like a 9 in the eyes of most players. But with all that being said, I still question people who have made this a nearly $100 card, because when you look at all of these Quasar-based decks that have been played throughout the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I mean, they have all lacked substance. Like, I see no indication that would make me change my mind on that. Even though Lone Fire plus Soul Charge is an incredible play, it is powerful as fuck. I'm not going to dispute that at all. And it's fantastic when it goes off. But if you don't draw those two cards, I mean, what the fuck else is your deck gonna do? I mean, it's kind of like jump shooting in the NBA. Like, when it's working, it looks really great. But when it's not, you're getting blown out, And at that point, if you don't draw Lone Fire or Soul Charge in your opening hand or within the first few turns, I mean, aren't you basically just playing Plant Synchro at this point? A deck that people have tried endlessly to revive and failed countless times in the last 3 years or so. I would also bring up the point that this is, and I guess every single deck right now that's trying to, find ways to make Quasar playable with Lone Fire and all of these new plant decks, they're all going to go through these growing pains of, I guess, the Achilles heel of most decks that rely on one boss monster of, oh shit, what do I do when my opponent loads up on back row and I'm going second? My answer to that would be personally to run Royal Decree in the deck. Like, I mean, if I'm looking at any plant-based deck for the most part right now, your defense is irrelevant. I don't really see a point in running Fiendish Chains and Bottomlesses and stuff like that. If you don't make Quasar, you're going to lose. I mean, period, point blank. And if you get Quasar out, which is pretty much your win condition, and you back it up with a Book of Moon or an Effect Veiler, I mean, you should win against pretty much any deck in the game. So I don't see the point of trying to one-for-one trap war your opponent. Oh, you summon this, I bottomless. I summon this, you evac it or whatever, going through all of that bullshit when you're already playing a suboptimal deck to begin with. The reason you're playing this suboptimal deck is because you have this killer 2-card combo which can just completely blow the doors open and just auto-win you the game. And, Royal Decree essentially gives you the green light to pull off this combo instead of having defensive traps and having shit like Bottomless and having to fight through your opponent's Black Horns and Solemn Warnings and all that other jazz. I guess what I'm saying is I understand all the hype around Quasar right now. It is a ridiculously powerful card. It always has been. It's just been a little difficult to summon, but what I don't get is why people are so quick to gravitate towards any deck that is a one-trick pony, especially when that deck has never shown consistent results on the competitive level. Like, you can never look at any Quasar-based deck and be like, yeah, during that format, that deck was just tearing shit up. Like, it has never happened. You know what I mean? And people are obviously gravitating towards this card because like 10 days ago was $50 and now it's $80. So it's like, wait, where did that come from? Now, if you want to play Quasar on like a casual level, I completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, you probably have loved the card forever. You just didn't always find ways to like get it on board, and now you have easy ways to get it on board. And you know, I actually sympathize with you, because now it's like outsiders or people who really didn't have interest in the card. I mean, they've inflated the card's price, and it sucks to be you if you didn't have a Quasar before. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Quasar is being overvalued right now? I mean, I think that this card is surely going to hit $100. It really needs a reprint. Do you think that it is actually going to make some impact on the game now that Soul Charge is out? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always. Subscribing makes life happy.